Hi, and welcome to Read Out Loud on KidLit TV. I'm Ismée Williams, and today I'm going to read Abuelo, the Sea, and Me, written by me and illustrated by Tatiana Gardel. It's a story about a little girl and her grandfather and the trips that they take to the beach over the 4 seasons across 1 year. When I visit Abuelo, he meets me at the door. Now, do you know what abuelo means? Abuelo is the word for grandfather in Spanish. Without words, he takes my hand and we walk the long sidewalk to the ocean, big and blue. As we draw close, the scent of the sea fills our noses. Abuelo's mouth lifts into a rare smile. Now, what do you think that means, a rare smile? Do we think Abuelo smiles a lot? Or maybe he doesn't smile very often. It is summer, so we kick off our shoes. We roll up our pants and tiptoe over broken shells and belly up crabs. The hot sand burns until we slip into the cool water. We curl our toes and burrow through pea-sized pebbles until our feet disappear. Now, can we all practice that at home? Can we take our toes and burrow them and squish them around like we're burrowing deep into the sand in the nice, cold, cool water? Oh, it feels so good, doesn't it? In Havana, Marlene and Delphine would leap right there. Abuelo presses his palms together and pretends to dive. Can you press your palms together and pretend to dive? Here comes a wave. You better catch it. I imagine marlins and dolphins soaring through the air. I love stories about Abuelo's island home. On the walk back, we stop for ice cream. Now, I don't know about you, but I love ice cream. When I was a boy, my favorites were piña, coco, and guayaba, Abuelo says. I love pineapple, coconut, and guava too. We settle for orange cream and an ice pop instead. What is your favorite flavor of ice cream? I like chocolate. Okay, so now we just talked about the visit in the summer, and it's a different season. So it's fall, and the colors in the book change to show us that it is a different sky and that the ocean looks different because it's a different month of the year. In fall, the ocean grows quiet and still, a wide, rippling reflection of the sky. Can anybody notice anything interesting about the clouds that are in the sky that Tatiana drew? They look a little familiar. Our towels cover us like blankets, our backs warm against the gray stones. Now, can you take an imaginary blanket and draw it around you and cuddle with it because it's a little bit cold outside right now and they need to stay warm? Every day I would swim beyond the malecón, Abuelo murmurs. I shield my eyes against the glare as I count the long line of rocks that march into the waves. Abuelo was that strong. I won medals, ¿sabes? Can I see them? I ask. Abuelo stares into the horizon. I left them behind. I do not even have pictures. I wonder how Abuelo's feeling about that. How would you feel if you had something important and you had to leave it behind and you couldn't take it with you? Geese chase the vanishing sun south. Toward the island Abuelo fled. I nestle into the warmth of Abuelo's side. Some of his memories make him sad. Maybe someday I will win a medal, I whisper. Abuelo kisses my head. Seguro, You will. Okay, so it's another season now. We did summer and fall, and what comes next? Winter. And what do we see when we look at the illustrations? What happens in winter? I think it might be snowing. In winter, the ocean becomes restless. Do you know what restless means? For me, restless means when you're sitting in one place for a very long time and your body feels like it needs to move. But did you know that the ocean can get restless too? We remain on the cliff out of the surf's reach because they want to be safe and they don't want the waves to get them. My papi took me to the beach during huracanes, Abuelo says. He taught me to listen. Abuelo's fingers tighten around mine so I will not be scared. Together, we hear the hiss of the wind, the clap of sea against sand and stone. Ice pricks my nose, my cheeks, my chin. Now, I want you to imagine that you are standing on the cliff looking down at the ocean and it's winter. What can you hear? What do the waves sound like to you as they crash against the beach? And what do you feel? Can you feel the little snowflakes falling on your face? I never saw snow growing up, Abuelo murmurs. Really? I study the crease between his eyes. We had palmeras, sand, y sol all year round. Abuelo misses the sun, I think. I watch him push stray silver strands off his forehead. Does he wish he were back there on the island where he was born? Now I want you to take a really close look at the pictures on these pages. What do you see in Abuelo's eyes? Can you see the very tiny palmera, the very tiny palm tree? Maybe a little bit of ocean? Is that the island that Abuelo came from? Now, what do we see in the little girl's eyes? It's Abuelo. So I think Abuelo is thinking about the island where he grew up. And the little girl is thinking about, do you know? She's thinking about Abuelo. Walking home, we lick salt and snow from our lips. Abuela will have chocolate caliente waiting for us. Now, I love this page because it has lots of really delicious things to eat on it. Can you find the chocolate chip cookies and the chocolate cake or the brownie? And what do we think is in that red mug? That looks like hot chocolate with marshmallows. Did you know that chocolate caliente is the Spanish word for hot chocolate? I love hot chocolate. I know what Abuelo really wants is helado de guayaba. Abuelo really wants his guava ice cream. Does that ever happen to you? Maybe sometimes you don't feel like having hot chocolate. Maybe you feel like having ice cream instead. So now we're in the final season. We had summer and then fall and winter. What comes next? Do you know? In spring, the ocean settles. Abuela packs us a picnic. I love picnics. Do you like picnics too? I love eating outside. The coats and hats and gloves Abuela makes us wear keep us warm. Do you have a grandmother who makes sure that you stay warm when you go outside? My grandmother, my Abuela, always made sure I was very bundled because she did not want me to catch cold. Grandmothers are like that. I bite into crisp pollo frito and croquetas. Do you know what pollo frito means? Pollo means chicken and frito means fried. So they're eating fried chicken. And croquetas are a special delicacy that is delicious. And if you ever have an opportunity to try it, I recommend that you do. I squint at the sand and finally ask, how much do you miss it? your island, your home. Abuelo breathes in the sea mist as if he could drink it. So much it hurts. I close my eyes. The air, still frigid, squeezes my lungs. Now, do we think the little girl is feeling a little bit sad? Maybe she's feeling the sadness that her abuelo is feeling. But I still have the ocean, Abuelo whispers. Most importantly, I have you. I blink into the pale sunshine. Abuelo is smiling at me. I cannot help but smile back. I find Abuelo's hand. My palm, now a bit bigger, fits more snugly inside his. I help Abuelo to his feet. I keep my hat and gloves, but kick off my shoes. Abuelo does too. Can you practice kicking off your shoes at home? I wonder what they're gonna do. I sprint for the water. Abuelo follows as quick as he can. We don't care, it's as cold as ice. We are the only ones on the beach. It is just how I like it, just how it is meant to be. Abuelo, the sea, and me. Now that is the end of our story. And if you happen to have the book at home, you can look in the back for a photograph of me and my abuelo, my grandfather. And there's also a photograph of Tatiana and her grandfather. Thank you for watching Read Out Loud. Gracias por leer conmigo.